Let's talk about the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, the plane with the big futuristic dimmable windows that have become a symbol of modern air travel. It's not just about the view. These windows, along with advanced cabin pressure and humidity controls, promise passengers less jet lag and a more comfortable journey, even on the longest flights. The Dreamliner is often called the iPhone of airplanes, sleek, innovative, and a favorite for both airlines and travelers. Its cutting-edge technology and fuel efficiency have made it a game-changer in the skies. But now the FAA has just released a report that's sending ripples of concern through the entire aviation industry. And this isn't about minor annoyances like bad Wi-Fi or a lackluster movie selection. This is a fundamental structural issue with the Dreamliner's very design. After years of quietly digging into the details, the FAA uncovered a problem that's been hiding in plain sight, woven into the very bones of the aircraft. The announcement sent shockwaves through the industry, leaving everyone from engineers to frequent flyers asking the same question: what's really keeping these planes safely in the air? The Dreamliner was supposed to represent the future of aviation, safer, more efficient, and more comfortable than anything that came before it. For over a decade, it's been the go-to choice for long-haul travel, earning a reputation for reliability and innovation, and carrying millions of passengers across continents. So when the FAA steps up and says, "We have some concerns," it's like discovering your star athlete has been playing with a hidden injury all along. Suddenly, everything feels uncertain. This is more than just a technical hiccup, it's a question of trust. Trust in Boeing's engineering, trust in the airlines that fly these planes, and trust in the regulators who are supposed to keep us all safe. And right now, that trust is facing some serious turbulence, as passengers and industry insiders alike wonder what comes next. Buckle up, because this story is just getting started, and the next chapter could change the way we all think about flying. Here's the bombshell. Recent investigations by the FAA have uncovered a critical and unexpected issue with the Dreamliner's composite wings. The carbon fiber material, which was once hailed as a game-changer for aviation, is degrading at a much faster rate than anyone anticipated. This isn't just a minor hiccup, it's a fundamental problem that could affect the safety and longevity of the entire fleet. The wings, which were engineered to last for decades under the harshest conditions, are now developing microscopic cracks and layers that are peeling apart, especially on planes that operate in extreme climates or face frequent weather challenges. These tiny flaws can grow over time, threatening the structural integrity of the aircraft. This isn't a minor defect, it's a vulnerability at the very heart of the Dreamliner's design philosophy, raising serious questions about the future of composite materials in aviation. The FAA deployed cutting-edge inspection technology, allowing them to peer deep inside the wings and uncover flaws that were previously invisible to the naked eye or traditional inspection methods. Ironically, the very material that made the 787 revolutionary, its lightweight, high-strength carbon fiber, is now being called its Achilles heel, casting a shadow over its celebrated engineering. Boeing and the entire aviation industry placed enormous bets on composites, touting them as stronger, lighter, and more durable than traditional aluminum. They promised longer lifespans, lower maintenance, and greater fuel efficiency. But now, the FAA's latest report suggests that those original lifespan predictions were far too optimistic. The reality is proving to be much more complicated and concerning. The current inspection schedules and maintenance methods simply aren't enough to catch this kind of hidden degradation before it becomes a real danger to passengers and crew. For years, millions of people have been flying on Dreamliners, completely unaware of this hidden risk, one that we're only now beginning to fully understand, thanks to new technology and deeper scrutiny. This isn't just about a single faulty part, it's about the core philosophy and engineering approach behind the entire plane, and what that means for the future of aviation. The FAA is making it clear, the Dreamliner's greatest innovation, its advanced composite construction, may also be its most significant flaw, forcing the industry to rethink what it thought it knew. And that's a terrifying realization for everyone involved, from airline executives and engineers to pilots and passengers who trust these planes every day. Now the entire industry is scrambling to understand just how deep this problem goes and what it will take to fix it before it's too late. The 787 Dreamliner was once the darling of aviation, a leap into the future with its sleek design and revolutionary composite frame. When it was first unveiled, the world watched in awe as Boeing promised a new era of flight, one that would change the way we travel forever. Airlines loved its unmatched fuel efficiency, which helped them save millions in operating costs. Passengers loved the comfort, the larger windows, and the quiet, smooth ride that made long-haul journeys more enjoyable than ever before. It quickly earned a reputation as the good plane, the one you secretly hoped would show up at your gate for a long international flight, promising a better experience in the skies. Of course, there were early hiccups, production delays, cost overruns, and a dramatic global grounding in 2013 after a series of battery fires that made headlines around the world. But Boeing tackled those issues head-on, implementing fixes and reassuring airlines and passengers alike. The Dreamliner rebuilt its reputation, proving itself as a reliable workhorse for airlines. For years, it stood as a symbol of reliability and innovation, winning awards and setting new standards for modern aviation. That's what makes the FAA's new revelation so devastating, not just for Boeing, but for the entire industry. The battery issue was a fixable part. This time, the concern is about the very bones of the plane, the structural integrity of its composite frame. The Dreamliner overcame a rocky start to become a star, but now it's facing a chronic, potentially unfixable problem that threatens its legacy and future. The golden child has become the problem child, and this time the stakes are much higher, not just for Boeing, but for the future of composite aircraft technology. The industry is left wondering, can the Dreamliner's core technology, once hailed as the future, truly be trusted to carry us safely into the next era of flight? This isn't just a setback, it's an existential crisis for Boeing's flagship, with ripple effects that could impact the entire aviation world. The future of the Dreamliner, and perhaps the future of composite aircraft as a whole, is suddenly in doubt, casting a shadow over years of progress. The aviation world is holding its breath, waiting to see what comes next for the once celebrated Dreamliner. The FAA's report hit like a thunderclap. Boeing's stock plummeted and executives scrambled to control the narrative. Pilots and their unions demanded answers, refusing to fly planes they didn't trust. Aviation experts flooded the media, some reassuring, others warning of disaster. The debate raged, is this a manageable issue, or the start of something much worse? Meanwhile, Airbus quietly watched, knowing every worried airline is a potential customer. Across the industry, panic, strategy, and PR spin collided. This isn't just a technical problem, it's a high-stakes drama with billions on the line. The world is watching to see what happens next. For airlines, the Dreamliner crisis is a logistical and PR nightmare. Many built their long-haul networks around the 787. Now, that backbone is in question. Airlines rushed to reassure passengers, but behind the scenes, chaos reigned. New inspections mean planes out of service, leading to delays and cancellations. Schedules are thrown into disarray, and spare planes are scarce. Customer service lines are flooded with nervous travelers asking, "Is my flight safe?" Airlines walk a tightrope, downplay the risk and seem negligent, or be too honest and spark panic. Billions are invested in these planes, and now airlines are demanding answers from Boeing. The relationship between airlines and Boeing is under immense strain. The crisis is testing trust, business models, and the patience of passengers worldwide. Airlines are caught in the storm, fighting to keep planes flying and customers calm. The stakes couldn't be higher. The FAA responded with an airworthiness directive, mandatory, rigorous inspections for every 787. Airlines must use new testing methods, starting with the oldest planes. The goal: manage risk without grounding the entire fleet. Boeing is racing to find a long-term fix, patches, reinforcements, or new materials. Every inspected plane adds data, helping pinpoint which aircraft are most at risk. Engineers are in a global race against time, analyzing patterns and searching for solutions. Any proposed fix will face intense scrutiny from the FAA. No shortcuts this time. Certification will be slow and demanding, with public trust on the line. Until then, the Dreamliner fleet flies under strict new rules. The path forward is long, complex, and fraught with technical and PR challenges. The world is watching every step. This crisis could reshape the entire aviation industry. Airlines may shift to Airbus, changing the balance of power for years. The use of composites in aircraft design is now under the microscope. Manufacturers will pour resources into better inspection tech and safer materials. Some future planes may even return to metal in critical areas. For passengers, this could mean fewer flights, higher prices, and more crowded planes. Travelers may start checking aircraft types before booking. Regulators like the FAA will become stricter, ending the era of self-certification. New planes will take longer and cost more to develop, but safety will come first. The Dreamliner's troubles could change how we fly for a generation. So, is it safe to fly on a Dreamliner? The answer, yes, with a big asterisk. The FAA hasn't grounded the fleet, which means they believe the risk is manageable with enhanced inspections. Think of it like a medical condition, not perfect, but safe if monitored closely. The 787's are now under the most intense scrutiny in aviation history. Every flight is checked and double-checked, making the Dreamliner perhaps the most closely watched plane in the sky. But safety now depends on flawless execution, no room for error. Thousands of technicians must be trained, and airlines must follow the new rules to the letter. The margin for error is smaller than ever. Ultimately, flying is still statistically the safest way to travel. The system is working, even if it's unsettling to see it in action. It's normal to feel anxious, but the FAA wouldn't let these planes fly if they believed there was imminent danger. The risk is identified and a plan is in place. For now, experts say that's enough. The Dreamliner's story is now a cautionary tale about the risks of pushing technology's limits. Boeing and the FAA are in a global race to keep the fleet safe and restore trust. Inspections and engineering fixes will take time, money, and relentless scrutiny. The ripple effects could reshape aircraft design, competition, and even ticket prices for years. For travelers, the best move is to stay informed and ask questions. Your confidence is the industry's most valuable asset. This crisis isn't over. The Dreamliner's fate and the trust in aviation hang in the balance. The world is watching to see if Boeing can restore the dream. For now, buckle up and watch how it unfolds. The skies ahead are anything but smooth.